Intubation and induction, and for the purposes of today's exercise we don't have a live animal, we have a cadaver, which was the best I could do at the time. So normally the animal would have been restrained with a towel and by scruffing, but today we don't have to do that. So what I need to do now is to give my vet proof and understanding that the animal has been sedated enough to allow for intubation. So I'm going to do that by checking the palpable reflex in the corner of its eye to check for a blink. I'm also going to be checking to see if its limbs are being jerky and also its jaw tone. I very carefully check the jaw tone by holding its head and pulling down on the jaw, which should be more supple than it is today, but obviously it's not. So the next thing I'm going to do is to position the animal up nice and high so that the vet can then intubate it.
I'm going to spray with lignocaine, just like so. And then
holding its head up, being very careful to use the nodules and not squish its throat.
And then I'm going to intubate.
Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is connect it to the oxygen very quickly.
It's also our clinic protocol now for me as the vet to hold the tube.
And I'm going to turn the oxygen on to 1 as per my vet's instructions. So I'm turning that up, and it's got the little metal ball's going to go up to the 1 marker. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is check that it was breathing before. I've got to check to see that it's continuing to breathe and that its respirations are of a good quality. So I'm going to do that by listening and feeling and auscultating both sides of the chest so that I've got good lung sounds. I'm going to check using my watch with the second hand for 15 seconds. I'm going to count those seconds, and I'm also going to indicate with my fingers the breaths that are coming in and out of our live patient, which obviously isn't the case today. So I'm going to check both sides, and the heartbeat is going to be for 15 seconds, and then I'm going to multiply that by 4 to get what it should be. So checking now on our 15 seconds. Okay, so I've got 30 and I'm going to times that by 4, which is 120. Okay, I'm happy with that, Lil, and the breathing was 5, so I times that by 4 to 20. I'm going to secure the tube and tie it in now that I know our cat's breathing and he's on the oxygen. And the next thing we're going to do is to turn on the isoflurane.
So clinic protocol here is for me as the vet to inflate the cuff. Nurses here, or junior nurses I should say, aren't allowed to inflate the cuff. So from here I'm going to, wonderful, thank you, squeeze my bag and listen for the breaths to come out from around. I'm happy.
Okay, isoflurane onto 2,
yes,
correct?
Thank you.
On. I'm now going to recheck our anaesthetic depth and make sure that we're in a good plane. Checking again for 15 seconds, checking palpable reflex and checking auscultating both sides. So we come back and do our 15 seconds. Okay, Lil, that's exactly the same, so I think we're right to go.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jill.